Welcome everyone, this is my side LP. I know I said I'd never do one, but I decided what the heck, why not? But I decided to let it be Super Castlevania 4 because this game, I really don't really need any kind of strategy guide or whatever for it, just straight through. So this one right here, I don't have to sit there, read notes, do any research or anything like that. And besides, I'm actually kind of in the middle of playing my new game that came out for the PSP, Lunar. One of my favorite series of all time. I mean, I'm not like a huge fanboy or anything. I do love all the other RPGs, believe me. There's a lot of other RPGs I can mention that are just as great as that, but that is actually one of my favorites. It's on top of the list, so I'm kind of playing that as well. But I figured, at least get something out there because I've only put 3 videos out, so I figured I'd at least start with this. This one here is fairly simple, and I'm pretty good at it. So seemed like a good start, I suppose. I probably should have started with this before I did any of that, but anyway. But one thing I wanted to say about this game here in particular, I'll get on to everything else first, but the beginning, right here. For one thing, in the Japanese version, if I'm not mistaken, I think there was supposed to be a cross on top of that tombstone, but they took it out because Nintendo had a policy where they didn't want anything that could, offend anyone, of any type of religion or whatever. I don't really understand it myself. Some of the policies I can understand that they had, but for that one, I don't really think anyone really complained too much at all. I don't really think anyone cared. I think they, they just cared more about the story rather than anything that had it in it. As long as they weren't being preached to or whatever, they didn't really care, but but that was their policy, and so they took that away. And also, another thing that was supposed to be on the tombstone, in the Japanese version it would say Dracula, which, English, but here, in this version, it was just a smudge, kind of like it's just a smudge, so I don't know why they made that change. They could just easily change it or whatever, but I guess that's what Nintendo wanted, or Konami or whatever. But anyway, another thing is that many people, including myself, when this game came out, thought that it was a sequel to Castlevania 2, and if you notice right there at the bottom it says, once again, Simon Belmont is called upon to destroy Dracula. Okay, I know normally people wouldn't talk on this, but I just figured I'd kind of do this as a little introduction, I suppose. But anyway, but that right there is actually false. This is a remake of the first one, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there know, but there's some people out there who still don't know. This is, in fact, a remake of the first Castlevania, and it also adds 5 new levels, bringing the total from 6 to 11. And the levels are completely redone, so anyway, let's get started. Oh, yeah, that one right there was, we'll be getting to that part very shortly. Now I don't really like to put a name here, so I'll just get right into it. This right here, I think, is just so cool. Just everything about this game is just amazing. Okay. But here's one thing I really love. That. The ability to whip in 8 different directions, to do this, to get up on the stairs, to fall off the stairs. Just that part right there is amazing. That's one thing I really love about this game. Excuse me. Hey. Oh, there it is. For some reason I kept thinking you're supposed to get your whip upgrade right at the first candle, but no. I don't know how I made that mistake because I played this game I don't know how many times. Anyway. But yeah, one thing I definitely gotta say is the music in this game is just incredible. I mean, it just, I don't know the name of the composers because I forgot, but they did, it was 2, as far as I know there was 2, and they did a fantastic job. And this one right here, the theme of Simon Belmont, is, pretty much this has become Simon's theme. This is his theme, and I love this theme. Whoops, oh, whoa. Anyway, yeah, but I really, really do love the music in this game. There's only one track that I kind of like, but not too much, and, that's, well, I'll let you know when we get there so you can hear it for yourself, but, I mean, it's not like it's, really bad, it's just, doesn't quite appeal to me as much, but it's kind of growing on me. I'm starting to like it. It's taking time, but I'm beginning to like it even more. Excuse me. And one thing I really love is, well, with the whip, excuse me, the fact that you can whip in 8 different directions just really makes the gameplay a lot more entertaining, or interesting, sorry. You know, on that you can do so many different types of tricks. You know, you can get through the enemies without having to stop. You know, it definitely makes dodging a lot easier in this. Yeah, I didn't have to hit those or whip those individually. I can just whip down. If I do it right, I can get all 3. You know, it just makes things so much easier. You know, of course, you gotta aim. That's one of its flaws. Is if the player misses, or if you miss, you weren't aiming properly. You know, and I don't know why they didn't continue to do it like this, because to use the weapon, you just hit the R button. The shoulder button. I don't know why they didn't do it for any of the other Castlevanias, because they could have easily done it for Circle of the Moon, but for some reason, they didn't. In fact, this is the only game that has it. There was another remake of the first Castlevania, but that only had you whipping in, only whipping down diagonally, and of course straight down. So, whoops, I don't know why they didn't continue it, but whatever. I guess I don't know, was it for nostalgia purposes? I mean, I had this in Castlevania 4. I don't know why they couldn't continue on, but whatever. I guess the only thing that would come closer is the swords, I guess. Oh, one thing about the stairs, you don't have to do that to go down. Just walk straight, it'll do it automatically. Yeah, I've never really had a problem with getting on stairs. In fact, I've always had a problem of getting on stairs that I didn't want to get onto. Whoops. Okay, this guy here is pretty easy. I don't know why I'm not doing so well. There we go. Ha! Alright, there we go. First level cleared. Even the victory music is just awesome. This is just an awesome game. And even in the map screen, they did a good job with it. And I love the map screen music. You know, it just kind of traces away where you go, but I've always noticed that you don't really go back and then go up and down, but for the most part, it pretty much traces where you're going to go. It's still pretty cool. I like it. I guess if it was represented in more of a 3D environment, it probably would be that way. Which I say if they do remake it, I kind of hope they do that, but I don't know, I guess the vision I want might be... Actually, no, never mind. It would be pretty easy. Whoa. Do not want that axe. Boomerang is... Well, unlike the first Castlevania, when I realized that the holy water is the best weapon to use, in this one, I've actually, in any Castlevania since I was a kid, I have always used the boomerang. It has been my favorite weapon throughout the entire series, and actually still is to this very day. Especially because the holy water no longer has the same effects, but in the first Castlevania, and even the third one, I started using it because, well, I haven't really played the third one that much, but definitely in the first one, I use it a lot. And I didn't even know how easy it made the bosses, which those bosses are pretty difficult. At least for me, anyway. You know, and I'm glad I finally, whoops, beat the first Castlevania. Took a while, but I got it. And of course the ending isn't much, but whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video right here. Actually, no, I'm not cutting the video. I'm just gonna do one straight continuous video. So never mind. So yeah, there will be abrupt cuts, but I'll try not to make them too abrupt. I'll probably notice it, just like pause it and unpause it, I guess. So this way I can give me a good leeway to cut. Oh, this time around I'm not doing too bad. Yeah, because I've done all the playthroughs of this trying to get some practice in because I realized I was horribly out of practice. So I can actually do pretty good with this game. But, well, I was also doing my commentary, but you know, there's always one problem after another, I suppose, and I just didn't really like it. I probably should have... I guess I'm trying to go for perfection here, and this is like my first time doing it. I probably shouldn't be worrying too much about it, but I don't know. Because, I mean, really, I'm doing this for other people to listen to, so it's pretty much more of what they think, not what I think. You know, and do I think I'm funny? No. But do others? I don't know. Like I said, it's all entirely up to them. Because I heard a lot of LPers saying, oh, I'm not that funny, but they're actually pretty funny. Sometimes Nintendo Capri Sun says that, and he's had a lot of good moments, and he's pretty funny too. Even when he's trying not to be, he is. For me, nah. But the type of comment I mostly like